although the weather outside tells me that it's winter, literally snow, it's actually April. And what April indicates in the beauty world is that spring collections are over and the summer collections are here. Yes, once the spring actually starts at the end of March, at least here in the United States, the summer collections are what you start to see. So today I'm going to go through the best and the worst of the spring collections. So that means things like the Tom Ford Soleil collection, I am not going to include in this because I think of Soleil collection as the summer collection for Tom Ford, so that's not going to be part of this. I am not going to go over every single product that I reviewed in January, February, March, and a little bit of December, because it would just take way too long. So if I don't mention the product, what that really means is, A, it's fine. It's okay. It's not a favorite. It's not the best of, not the worst of. Or B, I have forgotten about it. Now, forgotten about it probably means that it wasn't the best and worst either. But lately with my brain, and if you're not familiar, I've been having some migraine issues, I might have just forgotten. It's entirely possible. I do things like that now. So let's go ahead and kick it off. Let's start with primers and then move our way up. And I do have two skincare things. They're not skincare because I did do a skincare video not that long ago. I'll make sure I link it here, about the skincare that I've been using that I really love. And I continue to really love those products. They're great products. Primers. The thing that I'm going to say is that the Chanel, these were limited edition. I think they're basically gone now. I think they're sold out. These are little beiges, Healthy Winter Glow primers. Now again, these were called Winter Glow, but they came out during the spring collections, January, February, March. So I was like, okay, they're going to be part of this. These are phenomenally good. They came in shades Icy Beige, Light Copper, and Frosty White is my favorite. I bought a backup of that. Icy Beige would be next. Both are great for my skin tone. Light Copper is a little bit deep. I'm going to try it more in the summer months when I do look a little bit, I don't have a tan. I look like I have a little more color on my face. They're phenomenally good products. They create a great base. Your skin looks fantastic. They give you moisture, or they give me moisture. I absolutely love them. And I think everybody else loved them too because they sold out pretty quickly and they came back for a while and then they sold out again. And they were at a couple of different retailers other than just Chanel. So I was told they were limited edition. They weren't coming back, but they were so popular that I wouldn't be surprised if they did come back, because Chanel does that from time to time. If you see them, if they pop up somewhere or for some reason Chanel brings them back and hasn't changed the formula in some way, they're absolutely worth buying. I did do videos where I showed you the shades and all of that good stuff. This video today, I'm not going to go through shades. I'm not going to, because I've already done in-depth reviews on all of these things, except for one thing, which I will show you. But absolutely worth picking up. One of the best products I've ever used, and it's become my go-to primer. And I don't actually use primer. It's that good. In the other primer category are these Christian Dior tone-ups. And I did an in-depth review on these. I really like these. I think they're great products. They're not in the United States. I have been told that this is a product that is very well known in Korea, the idea of a tone-up. They are skin glow primers, really. And you can wear them by themselves. They have lilac and they have apricot. The apricot one I actually like more. The lilac one does make my skin look brighter, but it doesn't even out my tone as much. It just depends on which one you like more. I have to say though, I really like both. I think they're good products. I'd still pick the Chanel over those, but if you do have access to those, as in you're overseas or not in the United States, or they come to the US, they are worth buying. I think they're really good. Again, check out my video. I think they're great products. I wish we had more of those here in the US market. And thank you to all of you who explained what a tone-up was, because I was like, I don't know this product. So yes, they are great. I think they're worth picking up if you're interested. Foundations, or base products is what we used to call them. There's a couple of foundations that I did try out this year, and I'd say two are extremely good, and I'm wearing them. One I think is good, but I actually have not been reaching for it. And one is like best of the best type thing. So the one I haven't been reaching for is the Louboutin foundation. I think it's because I don't really have the right shade. I have 15C. Yeah, I have 15C Rosy Nude, and I think I need a step down. It's a little too deep for me, believe it or not. Because it changes color as you wear it. So when I first put it on, it's fine, and then as the day goes on, it warms up, it oxidizes, and it just looks a little, doesn't look quite right. I like the feel of it. I actually think it's quite nice, but I think I've gotten used to having less of foundation on because my go-to foundation really has been the Chanel Touch, and that is a very light feeling coverage, although it actually offers quite a bit of coverage for what it is. I think I've gotten so used to that anything that's not that feels a little heavy on me. I wouldn't say it's a fail. I think the 15C is the wrong shade, so that's a fail. But it's just not a foundation that I'm reaching for. As expensive as it is, for me, it's a fail. The two that I think are really good, but very different, are the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydro Glow, which is what I have on today, and the Prada foundation. First of all, these shades are great. This is the lightest shade, Alabaster. I am gonna pick up the deeper shade of this in the Sephora sale. It's not deep. It's 1R02. It has like a cooler tone. It's a little bit deeper. I'm gonna buy the small size of it because they do have a half size in that shade, which I find interesting, and it'll be 20% off. So I'm gonna buy that to see how that works. I like this shade. It works pretty well for me as long as I use some blush bronzer, but if I don't use any blush bronzer, it does cancel me out a little bit. But the shade is about right because I am very pale in the winter, so. Okay, so the other one, Prada, the Prada Reveal Foundation, I have to say, this is the closest match to my skin tone I've actually ever seen. It's almost perfect, like literally. And the funny thing is, it doesn't necessarily look that way when you first put it on, but then it shifts. I can't tell you how it does it, but it's pretty impressive. It is a more matte, satin matte, soft matte foundation, so it's not glowy like this one is. So I don't like it as much, but for a longer day, I do. And of the new ones, I really do think it's a very good foundation. If you're somebody who likes more of a matte and not a glowy, that would be the one I would go to. And then last and of course not least, is the most recent. It's the Lisa Eldridge. This is not foundation. I just want to keep saying that. This is not a foundation. This is a skin enhancer. Yes, it can be used under her foundation. Her foundation, I don't think I have the right shade somehow in that foundation, but I've used this under the HD foundation. I've used it under my brain just got cut off there. The HD foundation, not the glow one, the 24-hour one. This is a great product. But to be honest with you, I'm going to use this as on the days that I just don't wear foundation. This for me evens everything out, just makes my skin look really good. It makes my skin look like I want it to look, and I've said this a couple times, and she said this, on its best day. The day that I stopped getting any rosacea and I don't have any sun damage and all that good stuff. The great shade for me is T3. I use T1 under the eye. Again, I did in-depth reviews on those. I really think it's a game changer kind of product because it just evens everything out, makes you look really good. I would say though, it's not going to be for everybody. A lot of people will be like, there's no coverage, I don't like it. You have to feel confident in your skin, I think, to like it and like that kind of just enhanced skin. And also, you do have to wait. Like it is really a product where you put it on and just leave it for just a couple of minutes before you make a decision. And I honestly think it's a great product, but it has a particular place and it's not gonna be for everybody. Like I said, I've said many times, most products aren't. In fact, I can't think of a product that everybody loves. It just doesn't work. Bronzers. So there has been a couple of bronzers that have come out. The new Armani bronzer is out. I have not tried it. Sephora has bronzers. I have a lot of great bronzers. I did a video where my favorite bronzers, and Pat McGrath has good bronzers. Believe it or not, MAC has good bronzers. NARS has great bronzers. There's a lot of good bronzers out there. My favorite to this day is still the original Tom Ford Terra. That's still my favorite. Even the Tom Ford Terra, the newer one, not the most new one, but like the in-betweens, when it still came in the very large size, is my favorite. Gucci is a very close second. The NARS is really good. The Dior number 4, excellent. But I have to say, the Yves Saint Laurent formula that came out is really beautiful. I have 4 on today. I pulled my hair back specifically so you could see it because a lot of people are like, still too warm. I want you to see on me how it doesn't look too warm. And as I've said many times, I think part of it's because of the hair. My hair is very warm. My face is cool, but my hair is very warm. And my face and my skin in general is not, the rosacea makes it cooler, I think, than my tone is everywhere else. I still lean to cool, don't get me wrong, but I can pull off warm and cool colors. Like I can wear gold, I can wear silver. You know, for me, it's not too warm at all. I really like the 4 on me. I think it's beautiful, but most importantly, the shade, the formula is outstanding. The silkiness of this, I can't go on enough about it. It's really that beautiful. The Christian Dior bronzers, I don't know whether I would call these a fail. They are natural bronzer glows, and there's a pink, and there's a coral, and there's a light, and there's a deep. I have the light, and again, I did intensive reviews on these too. They're not really bronzy. I mean, they're very warm, both of them, even the pink. It looks really pretty as a blush on me, but it's still too deep for me. The light is still too deep for me. I can't say what the deep does. I think it's, okay, this is just for me, right? Other people might find that it works really well for them, but for me, it's a fail because it's not really a blush and it's not really a bronzer, and both are too warm. And the only way I really like the coral one is on my eyes. On my eyes, I think it looks phenomenally good. The pink, I don't really like it on my eyes because I don't really love pink on my eyes, but it does make a pretty blush. But I have to go so lightly with it that, again, for me, those are fails. I have found ways that I really love them, but for their purpose as a bronzer, it's a fail. How's that? Put it to you that way. I know that. Slicing it real thin there. All right, I'm gonna do lip products last. I have a lot of lip products. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. Let me do eyes and we'll do lip products last. So liners. There were 2 Chanel liners this year that came out. The platinum one, which I cannot remember, that came out with Éclat Nuit, which again, I did, you know, a video on. It's pretty. It's a pretty liner, but it's so light. I put it here somewhere. I don't know where the heck I put it. There we go. Brune Platine. And like I said, it's nice. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just that it's so light. It's like a taupey, goldy shade. I don't know if it's a fail, because on some people it might look really nice. Maybe if you have a deeper skin tone, it looks really nice. On me, it just disappears. So I don't think it's worth it. That's just me. The Chanel Blue Abysse. Now this I have on today. I have my lower lash line and tight lined on the top. This is one of my favorite colors of all time. I did buy it back with this. Again, limited edition. It did come back in stock. It is at a few places. I would strongly urge you, if you like that blue, it's like a bluish, almost purple, you should buy it. And again, if you haven't watched me before, you won't know this, but I am not the one to be like, go buy it. You must have it. But that is going to be gone. I'm just telling you. The blue, the Lagoon nail polish, that's going to be gone. The Rivage Squad is going to be gone. And the Blue Abysse liner is going to be gone. It's going to sell out. I have no doubt. And I don't know if they'll bring it back. I doubt it. They have that thing against blue. I don't know what Chanel's problem with blue is. But anyway, before we get to mascara, I want to talk about the Victoria Beckham, which is what I have on my eyes. This is the Victoria Beckham Eyewear Longwear Crease Proof Eyeshadow Stick, which I absolutely love. And I have it in Shroom, most beautiful color, on my eyes right now. I have my eyes lined with it. And I have a little bit of something over it. I'll explain in a minute. But I love this color. I love Shroom. I think it's fantastic. However, when I bought the trio of pink, blue, and Shroom, for some reason, I got 3 Shrooms. I don't know if I ordered 3. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'm pretty sure I ordered the blue, the pink, and the Shroom color. But I got 3 of them. So I was like, okay. And I was going to just send it back and be like, no, it's not what I ordered. But then I was like, you know what? I really love this color. I really do. I think it's beautiful. So I'm keeping one as a backup, and I'm going to put the other one in the sale, the Declutter sale. And in that note, so the Declutter sale has already gone live. There's still a couple things left up. I'm going to keep them up until they're sold. And at the end, I'm going to cut it off at some point and then be like, I'll send all that stuff to some folks who I think can use it. The Declutter sale part 1 went up as almost like a test. I have not sold any of the Hermes, the Dior, the Tom Fords yet. Don't worry. I tested it out with brands that were more inexpensive to begin with. But the next drop of products will have some of that in it. Probably the third drop is going to have the most expensive things in it, to be honest. It just turned out that way, the way we listed it. My sister's basically doing all this for me. A couple things. It's on Patreon. That is where it's housed. Whenever the next drop is, and then the third drop and the fourth drop, and however many drops I need to do, they're always going to be on Patreon. So if you want to go over on Patreon, you can sign up for free. You don't have to pay anything. You can be a free member. Free membership is not going to give you anything except that you can see what the paid members are getting. That's it. But when the sales go live, when the declutters go live, it will go live for the paid members first, and then it will open up to everybody else. But you still have to be on the Patreon site to access it. The reason I'm doing that is if I put it on Mercari, eBay, Poshmark, any of those platforms, they charge a fee. And that fee I would pass on to you. So all this stuff would be more expensive. By putting it on Patreon, doing it the way that I'm doing it, it is manually harder for me to do, but it only costs my time and my sister's time. It doesn't cost you guys anything extra. So that's why I'm doing it that way. Yes, it's manual. Yes, it's slower. It takes longer for me to do it because I have a job and I'm like doing this all part-time, not even part-time, like way less than part-time. But anyway, my point is, and I'm rambling here, I get it, but it's going to take me a while to get all the orders in and to ship them and all those things, but at least I can keep it really cheap for all of you. And trust me, the prices are really cheap. They're like 60% of the cost. I will charge more for the luxury items, but it's still going to be like half off. Go over to Patreon. I'll make sure the link is here. I put the link in the community page on YouTube. I put the link on Instagram. Again, you can sign up for free, but I'm going to need, the reason I need you to sign up is because I need an email when you win or when you bid on something and say, this is what you want. I have to be able to contact you and be like, hey, you have to pay. Basically, the way it works is I have posts that go up. The first person to comment sold gets it. That simple. It's really easy. The price is already there. There's no bidding. It's not going to, people don't outbid one another. It's just whoever comments first, they get it. So yeah. And if you're a paid member of Patreon, yes, you will get earlier access. And like I said, if that's something you want to do, you'll also get early sneak peeks. For example, I have the Dior Spring, Dior Summer. I have the eyeshadows already. That will go over on Patreon first, and then it will be up on YouTube when it's sold here in the United States. Okay. That was a little bit of a ramble, but it was important for me to say. So yes, the Victoria Beckham shroom, one of them will be in sale because I was like, what did I do? Maybe I did it. I really don't think so, but I guess you never know. Okay, let's get to eyeshadows. So there was a lot. There was a lot of eyeshadows. I am going to talk about blushes and highlighters in a second. Chanel had the Éclat Nuit and the Rivage. Those are my favorites. Those are ones that are worth buying. In my opinion, the Éclat Nuit is really special. It's really unique looking. But if you're going to get anything that's really going to be different, it's the Rivage Quad. It's unique. That blue, I just love that. And again, if you don't like blue, I get it why you wouldn't want it, but it has a special place in my heart. I really like it. Coral Treasure, personally, not my thing. Didn't really do anything for me. It's not that it's not pretty, not my color story. Yeah, not my thing. Tom Ford, Empire Bronze, Ember Bronze, and why can't I remember the other name? It'll go up because my brain is, see, this is what happens. Ember Bronze is not my favorite. I think it's pretty. I do think it's really pretty, but it's not my favorite. The other one is, in my opinion, why can't I? Wow. Anyway, I really like the other one with the grays, and I thought it was beautiful. The formula is actually really nice. It's really nice in that one. I enjoy it. I think it's very pretty. But again, you have to decide. For me, the Tom Ford thing, like some are like absolute knock out of the park kind of things, and other ones are like, I really like the other one that I can't think of the name of right now. It is very nice, and I think it's worth buying. Of Tom Ford, I'd probably say I like the newer one, the Soleil one, but again, not everybody likes that formula because it's a different kind of formula, but that's not in this because that's summer. The Dior quads that came out, quints that came out, there was Dior Dream, there was Mimi Rose. I would say all of them were eh. They were not terrible. And to be honest, if it wasn't for Dior, I probably wouldn't even mention them. I would just be like, no comment. But because it's Dior, I feel like I need to address that there's only been one Dior Quint that's come out in the last year. Yeah, in the last year that I liked, and that was the one with the blue in it. And it's a grayish blue. It's a different blue than the one in the Chanel, but that was really the only one where I was like, yeah, that's worth it. I like that one. All the rest of them have just been like, formula's not as good, not impressed. I don't know what Dior did, but whatever they did, I'm not happy with it. The Guerlain Aura Glow. It actually has grown on me. It looks prettier than, it looks pretty, actually. It looks nice on me. I do the formula Guerlains, so I think it's good, but it's not my favorite color story. So if you like those pinky purple kind of things, I think it's definitely worth buying. I wasn't like blown away, right? Suku, I didn't really talk about Suku Spring. And I've mentioned a couple of times that I don't really talk about Suku because it's really impossible for me to get it ahead of time to do reviews for you. But these were the most soft and like neutral palettes I've seen from Suku in a very long time. They're both actually quite beautiful. And when we get to lips, I'm going to talk about, you know, a knockout product from Suku. I really do think they're nice though. I do both of them. And the summer collection that's coming out, I am not buying the entire summer collection. In fact, I'm going to get I think the lipsticks and maybe one quad, maybe that's it. Not because I don't love Suku, I do. I continue to love them, but I just have so much right now and I'm on my low buy, and so I'm really not gonna do as much. Dolce & Gabbana. I did a review on this. This is the I Dare You palette. I actually really like that palette. I think it's a lot of fun. I love the packaging. It's quirky, it's new, it's different. You know, at least somebody did something, somebody did something unique. And I think it's, yeah, I think it's worth it. I wouldn't say that it's the best formula or anything. I think it's good. I do. I think it's good. And there's fallout and stuff and all that good stuff. But if you're like a colorful, like you want something a little more eclectic, go for it. I think it's a good use of your money if you're like that. So of all eyeshadows, eye products, the Rivage, the Blue Abysse liner, the Victoria Beckham pencils, I am going to pick up the blue one. I'm also going to pick up her new liner shade, which is like a seafoam green. The Rivage from Chanel. I think those are the really standouts for the spring collections. I really do the Tom Ford one that I cannot think of the name of. I can see it in my mind's eye, but I can't think of the name. But I don't really think it was spring-like. I think it almost reminded me of a fall, winter kind of thing. But anyway, that's a different discussion. So that's where I am with the eyeshadows and eyeliners, eye products. Then to mascara. So there was a bunch of mascaras, which is interesting, because I don't usually try out new mascaras, but there were a bunch that I actually tried, and one I haven't mentioned on camera, so let's talk about them for a second. Victoria Beckham, the Vast Lash, fantastic, love this one. I will show you the brushes. Again, I've talked about these. This is a very thickening mascara, it's a little curved. Really like that one. I think it's very much me. I really like that. Today I have on the Sweet Beauty, which I've talked about incessantly. This is a different type of brush than I usually like, but it's fantastic on the lashes. And yeah, I've gotten a little obsessed with that. Actually, Sweet Beauty reached out and sent me some more products that I'm gonna talk to you guys about soon. They're really nice. And then Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash Mascara. This one is my least favorite of these three, but I do think it's good. I really do. It's just a fluffier, more lengthening kind of thing. It's not like, it's a fluffy almost kind of lash. I wouldn't say natural. I think I said more natural in the video. What I was trying to say is that it's not like a clumpy, it's not that type of lash, but I do like it. I think it's good. It's just not my favorite. And then one that I do dislike, and it's interesting. I didn't show it on camera because I tried it a couple times and I just really didn't like it. This is the Givenchy Couture Volume, 24-hour volume, Longwear XXL, Length and Care. I don't like this. This is what it looks like. And I have to keep trying it. It has a similar brush almost to the Sweet Beauty one. I have to try it again. Like I've tried it a couple times, but I just did not like this. So until I get a better feel, like maybe it was just, there was air in the, you know, sometimes the first couple times you try a mascara, it's not quite right. So I'll get back to you on that. But at the moment, it's not on my list of favorites. Okay, highlighters, we have the Chanel Illuminating Powder, which is very beautiful, but almost like a blue. It's Lumiere de Ocean, which again, not surprising that it has a blue undertone, has that ocean type look to it. It's not bad, guys. It's certainly not a fail, but it's not a favorite. Like, this is not something that I would use very often. It does look pretty on the eye though. If you put it on the eye, that does look really nice. So I will give it that. Oh, I forgot one of the eyeshadows. The Givenchy, because I was just thinking of the mascara, the Givenchy 9.12, which I think is now available here in the US. That one is a great nude 9-pan shadow. I have videos on all these things. Really worth it if you like a natural nude color story. That one's excellent. So there was that. And then there were the Dior Liquid. Now I have 3 shades. There are 3 other shades that came out already, and there's another one coming. And it's Nude Glow. And it was on the Sephora site, and then it was not, which I thought was really interesting. I saw it there. And I could have bought it, but I was like, I'll just wait for the Sephora sale. And then I went back to check the other day, and it was gone. So it was either sold out or was up there accidentally. I'm not sure which. But anyway, these are fantastic. I have white, pink, and bronze. I am going to buy pearl, pink, and bronze. I am going to buy 1, maybe 2 at the Sephora sale. Worth buying. You can also get them in Ulta, I believe. And Ulta is doing 20% coupons, just so you guys know. Keep that in the back of your mind. So yeah, I think they're both great highlighters. The Tom Ford one, again, is the Soleil. That's going to be summer. But I don't have any other highlighters that I bought this year. Oh, wait, maybe. Wait a second. Do I have any other highlighters? No. Okay. I don't have any other highlighters to mention. So those were both. It's just that the Chanel one is just not, like, I don't want an opalescent bluish undertone kind of thing. But it's a good formula. It looks really nice. It looks really pretty on me. It's just not my style. Okay, so let's talk blush. So I'd say the blushes, I don't know if I want to include the Rare Beauty ones because it seems more like summer since they came out in April, but I will just say, because the Sephora sale, the Rare Beauty blushes, the new ones, they are quite beautiful. They're also quite luminescent. So if you're somebody who wants like a matte blush or satin blush, that's not what these are. These are highlighting blushes. They are far less pigmented than the liquid blushes, but they're still pigmented. So if you're pale like I am, be careful what shades you get, because like Truth, which seems to be the deepest shade, that is, you have to like a very strong blush if you're pale like I am. Just, you know, putting it out there. You might like that. So I'm not saying don't get it. I'm just saying it's very pigmented. Not as pigmented as the blushes, the liquid blushes, but still pigmented. So yeah, we've got that. Then we have the Guerlain blushes, which is what I'm wearing today. I really like the Guerlain blushes. I have the 3 lightest shades, light pink, light nude, and light coral. I think they're all beautiful. They do have a really pleasant light scent. I have the light pink on today. I just think they're really nice. They give a luminous glow. They're beautiful, glowy, perfect for me blushes, because there's not too much, not too little. I really like them. The one from Chanel. This is the Powder Blush Duo. It's fine, but the formula still is not as good as some other Chanel blushes and wasn't a standout to me. Again, it's not a fail. If it was any other brand, other like Dior, Tom Ford, Chanel, I would have just left it out and said it's fine. But it's not like, for the price point, it's okay. That's how I feel about it. I'm just like, Suku had beautiful blushes. They always have beautiful blushes. Okay, so lips. Like I said, I have a lot of lip products. Well, I'm going to do powder, and then I'll do lip products. So really quickly, 2 powder products I want to talk about. I've talked about the Dolce & Gabbana powder, Solar Powder, like a million times. That is still my favorite. The Guerlain Meteorites. This is in the new shade. This is 01, and this is Pearly White. I really think this is quite a beautiful powder slash highlighter, because you can use it. Again, I did an in-depth review. You can do it as a highlighter. Here's the thing. The scent is more, they changed the scent. If you didn't watch that video, they changed the iconic violet scent. It is no longer a strong violet. It is a violet vanilla sandalwood. I actually really love this, and I think it's beautiful, but What I have to say to Guerlain is this is a more neutral, this is a more, I don't want to put it in particular like feminine, masculine, but I will say that generally more feminine fragrances have things like a very strong violet. The former Meteorites, you could call it a more feminine fragrance. I think that's very dated and didn't make sense in the first place because you like what you like. It doesn't matter which gender you are. But for trying to categorize what the change is, it does have more of a neutral sense. Like to me, like I wear quote men's fragrances all the time. I've been doing it since college. My favorite was ZIIP for Men back in the day. Love that fragrance. But anyway, I like a traditionally masculine fragrance. I like those fragrances. They're heavier. They tend to be, at least 30 years ago, they tended to be more tobacco. We had more moss, had more musk, those types of things. And I've always really liked those scents more. So sandalwood, for example, is in a lot of quote men's fragrances. And that you get more of that with this. It's more neutral instead of traditionally feminine. I like it. But even though I like it, why change it? Just to say to Guerlain, I grasp that it's good to have something that is more, that more people will like. I understand that from a marketing sense. But don't change things just to change things. That's the thing that bugs me. Like if you're going to change it because you as a brand don't like it, or you feel like it's, I don't know, people, the consumer base is calling for you to change it, that I get. Like the thing with Clean Beauty. But nobody was calling for anyone to change Guerlain's iconic violet scent, at least as far as I can tell. Maybe they were and I missed it, but it's iconic for a reason. People have always loved that scent. I think you're going to get a lot of people who are really annoyed that you changed it. Again, it's your brand, you do what you do you. And I really like the new scent, but I don't understand it. This is my take. I'm like, why? Why did you do it? I really don't think there was a call to do it. So Florasis also sent me their line, their Nomadic Glam, which I really loved. And I want to say their powder, they have a violet, is it violet or lavender? What did they call it? Lavender powder is really good. I really like this powder from them. It's a beautiful purple, light lavender kind of powder. I know there's a lot of good ones on the market. This one is very brightening. It's very comfortable on the skin. Really enjoyed this. I have a whole video with Florasis products. I forgot to mention, of course, and I'm staring right at it, which is funny. It's literally in front of me. Chantecaille Sea Turtle Collection. I liked the packaging on these. I thought it was fun. I like the turtle. I like the cape. I'm from Massachusetts, so I call it cape. I like the sea turtle idea. I thought these were good. I like the one with the green in it more than I like the cool one. So I like the warm one, which is weird because actually I like it better. The lip cheeks are good. I like lip cheeks. I think they're great. It just wasn't a standout for me. I really liked it. And like I said, I think the green looked really pretty, but I wasn't like blown away. Which is why I forgot, even though I'm staring at it. It's like right in front of me. Okay, lips. I'm gonna go through this pretty quickly because I don't want this video to be super long. All Erickson, I've talked about this a couple times. Peptide Lip Moisturizer. This is great. It's at Sephora. You can see the other reviews of it. Lipsticks. The Dior Maximizers. There's a couple shades that came out. Rose Nude and the something pink. Frosted Pink. These are great. This is Frosted Pink. This is Rose Nude. I really like these. The ones that were the letdown for me, the ones that I feel like were a bit of a fail, were the yellow and the blue ones, because I'm like, I wanted them to be like gold and like a icy blue, and that's really not what you get. They basically just look clear, which is boring. I just didn't. I was like, meh. You get excited about something and then you see it and you're like, oh, what I wanted. The Chanel Seashell Lac that came out. This is a great color. Really like this. I have a review on it. Again, if I show you all the shades and all these things, we're just going to be here forever and you're going to get bored. But this is a great shade. If it's available anywhere, I really like this. It's worth it. The Dior, again, in general, I was like, meh. The blushes, there wasn't really a call out blush. There wasn't really a call out standout eyeshadow, but the Coral Delight is a very pretty Attic lipstick. It's like a pinky coral. I think this will be great when it actually is warm outside. Who knows when that's going to be? I don't know. The Makeup by Mario lipsticks. These are worth buying. These are at Sephora as well. I have South Shore and then I have Brooklyn. I can't remember the other shade, but I love these lipsticks. These are really good lipsticks. And I will definitely buy 1 or 2 at the Sephora sale. They are great. They are really comfortable on. They're nice lipsticks. They're worth buying. I don't really need anything, but 20% off. Yeah, they're really good. Tom Ford lip oil, the rose one. I love this. Has no color whatsoever. It's just a really expensive lip oil, but I love the rose scent. It's phenomenally good. The Tom Ford, the Chanel Rouge Allure Velvet Lipsticks. I picked up 4 shades of these. These were limited edition. I think they are still available. There's 0 o'clock, 1 o'clock, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock, you get it. They are all really pretty. They're beautiful. Number 7 is the one that's the most unique probably to the collection. It's got a little bit of luminescence to it. I think these are really good. I love the way they feel. They're called a luminous matte, which as I think doesn't make any sense, but love the feel, love the shade, love the whole idea. It doesn't feel that different than a regular Tom Ford lipstick, but the packaging is quite beautiful, so that's fair. The Tom Ford Slim Lipsticks. Yes, I did buy more shades of these, and you guys asked me which ones. I picked up 155, I think it is. It's like a orange red. And then I picked up backups of Open Back and 100, which I've forgotten the name of because I like them that much, and there's nothing in here. I got them on sale. Otherwise, I wouldn't have picked them up because they're $50 for like this much lipstick. But I do love them. Sorry, but I do. Suku Lips. These are standout. These are the new glaze lipsticks. This is, which shade do I have on today? I think it's 04. These are fantastic. I might actually just call it a day and get all of them because they're that good. They're glossy. They're beautiful. The colors are great. They don't bleed. They're phenomenally good. Like seriously, they're that good. And the summer collection I think has 2 new shades. So definitely picking those up if I can. The only lip products that I either hated or I'm not sure about, the Gucci, whatever this was. Okay, I don't know the name, but the Gucci gloss. If I can get into Sephora and there's a Sephora that has the Gucci, I will try it. I have not been in a Sephora that had the Gucci. I've been in Sephora but didn't have the Gucci. There's either something wrong with mine or this is how it feels. And it has a weird smell and it's really sticky. Yeah, it's got like an alcohol. It's weird. It's a weird smell and it's super sticky. It's like you're putting honey on your lips. So don't like it. Actually hate it. But again, there may be something wrong with it. So yeah, the smell is not right. So I need to try it like in a store. Talking about honey, the Guerlain Gloss. I really like this. And it's like the lip oil. I think it feels really good. It's this honey infused. I really like it. However, the shades, they all seem pink to me. Because this one was supposed to be like a warmer shade. It was honey glow. And all I get is pink. I don't know. I like the product. I just don't particularly like the shade. And last but not least, Prada does have new shades in their soft matte and hyper matte, but they're not new. The product's the same. It's just new shades. I've talked about them. I do really like the Prada soft matte and the hyper mattes. They are available at Sephora. They are on sale during the sale that's coming up, and Nordstrom Saks, they'll match. This is the West Atelier lipstick, and I find it only works if I have a lip oil on underneath, a maximizer on underneath, or a full lip pencil. It has to be something. If I just try to put this on my lips by itself, it does not work. It's too drying. The weird part though, and I went through this when I talked about it, when I put it on my lips, it's super silky and super smooth when I first put it on. It feels phenomenal. And then it turns. And I think it's the clay. So, it's not a fail, it's not a win. I think for people who have like oilier skin or more hydrated lips, they're gonna like it because it does not bleed. That stuff does not move. And it's super pigmented. For people with really dry lips, I think it's gonna be a case-by-case basis. Some people will really like it and other people will be annoyed that they have to use something with it. So, I think it just depends. Okay guys, now I've left out things. I know I didn't go through everything, but again, this is a long enough video as it is. You know, there's so much to talk about in the world of beauty in the last couple months. Last but not least, I wanna talk about 2 tools really quickly. They are the ZIIP tool and the NUA tool. Now, these were sent to me. I did not buy these. Make that very clear. They're kind enough to send it to me, and I really do appreciate it because I have been using them. And I've been using them, I used the ZIIP tool before, and then I stopped using the ZIIP tool, and then I was just using the newer tool to see how they work. Now, ZIIP tool is a microcurrent device which delivers low levels of microelectrical current to stimulate your facial muscles. So it increases collagen and elastin. Ultimately, over time, it tightens your skin. It brings nutrients to the skin through increased blood circulation, so also great lymphatic drainage. It's really good in the morning, like when your face feels a little puffy, if you get that kind of thing. This works extremely well. This is super easy to use. You charge it here. And what you do is there's gel that comes with it. You just go like this until it beeps, this until it beeps, this until it beeps. Same here, and then you're done. It's pretty fast. It's easy to travel with because it's very lightweight. You have to use you have to travel with the gel, but that's, you know, not a big deal. So it's easy to travel with. It's really lightweight and it's relatively fast. So it's easy to do. So now that I've used both of these by themselves, this is a morning thing for me because I can do it pretty quickly. And I can reduce the puffiness, work on the drainage. My face looks better. My face looks more tighter. And if you use it every day over time, it absolutely does tighten your skin. This, the newer device, this is a home RF device. So this is radio frequency. And it passes through the tissue. The idea is that there's a resistance to the radio frequency, and energy converts it to heat, thermal energy. And it creates small little injuries to your skin, to your dermal layer of skin. And then the body wants to repair it, so it creates more collagen. This absolutely does tighten your skin. The idea is to use it 3 to 5 times a week for a month, and then just do it at a regular cadence after that, and you'll keep your skin. Does it work like it would in a dermatologist's office or a doctor's office? No, it doesn't have the same, it doesn't go as far. It's not as strong. However, it really does work. I definitely notice a tightening. You use it here and here. I definitely notice a tightening on my face, my lower face. However, you need to be careful with this because if you hold it in one place, it's hot, like it burns. So you need to always move it, and it's 4 minutes for each section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it takes time. You know, it's 30 minutes of your day. So 3 to 5 times a week, I do this at night. After a month, then you can start using it once a week or whatever. There's gel that comes with this too, and you have to make sure you apply a lot of gel. And I feel like you'd go through quite a bit of gel, because it has to be thick and it has to be on your face. So, and then you have to wipe off the gel, which is messy. So again, so it's 30 minutes. It's much more like intensive. It takes you longer to do, but it definitely has more of an effect. And you have to continuously move it. You can't just hold it there. And it's not quick. It's 4 minutes on each section. There's 8 minutes on each side of your face and then underneath your chin. And you gotta put the gel and all that good stuff. So it's 30 minutes, which is a sizable amount of time when you think about it. I think it's definitely worth it. I would absolutely buy this device if it hadn't been sent to me, and I will continue to use it because I think it works. I just want to be very clear, they are very different kinds of devices. This is quick and easy. If you're the kind of person you know you won't spend 30 minutes 3 to 5 times a week for a month, don't spend the money on this. If you're somebody who wants something, but you're like, I got, 5 minutes, go with the ZIIP device. It's not going to do as much, but it will do something. This, I think, is going to do a lot more, but you have to really pay attention to what you're doing, and you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent with both of them, but this one takes more time and attention. So again, ZIIP and NUA, they really do work. I've tried other tools in the past where I'm just like, The only other thing I would say works is the LED mask. I still use that Dennis Gross mask. That works, but most tools, you don't really notice a difference. These, I've noticed a difference. It's not as much as when I go in and get laser treatments, guys. It's not the same as that, but I definitely notice a difference. I think it's worth trying out if you have concerns like I do about your lower face and building up more collagen, reducing lines and wrinkles, all those good things. These are definitely worth picking up. And thank you to both ZIIP and NUA for sending them to me, because I would have been skeptical about spending my money. I get why you'd be skeptical about spending your money, because I always think, well, if it's not done in an office, is it any good? These actually work. So I wanted to let you know. That's it for today, guys. So that's all the spring collections, or, you know, anything that came out between end December into the end of March. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hope to see you in another video really soon.